Our next tip is Facebook and its interest lists. Now, although Twitter lists are reasonably well known, Facebook interest lists seem not to be on most people's radars. But they're a really great way to organize a view of the pages that you're interested in and even personal accounts. So you can basically create a list and then add all the pages or users that you're interested in. For example, here, Business Club Lincoln. So all the accounts that I know that are connected to the club, and then I can see the news feed, I can see all the messages from that particular subset of Facebook users all in one place. So here I am with the interest list that I've created, Business Club Links, and it's private, it's visible only to me, but I could choose to share it with others. For example, if you have a group and you all want to connect together, a local retailers group, you could all share that list and follow, like each other's pages. As I scroll down, you can see the latest updates from members of that list. Notice, if you're thinking about keeping an eye on competition, you don't necessarily have to like the pages of the people to include them in a list. So here, these aren't currently liked. If I find a particular page I want to add to an interest list, I can simply click on the drop down and select Add to Interest List, and it can be a member of more than one list. Share some of the content with your own page. It's a good way to get engagement and additional likes from the people in those businesses. Now you have a page with a certain number of likes, and there's a new feature since December 2014 introduced by Facebook called interest targeting. Similar to what you can do from your own personal profile page, where instead of sending a message to public, it could be to friends only, or even to subsets of friends lists. Now what you can do with interest targeting is say this message is only visible to people who have an interest in or are located at. Let me show you how it works. So this is a page that I run, Rotary Global Swim Marathon, an event run from Facebook, a swimming event. Now to enable the targeting, you have to go to Settings, and under General, Targeting and Privacy for Posts, click Edit there. And make sure you've got that checkbox enabled to allow targeting and privacy options. So now if we want to post on the page, you'll notice a new target symbol has appeared. I'll paste in a particular topic, and if I want to target by interests of the people who've liked the page, I can click on the target, select interests, and it actually picks it up from the text of the article that it's written about. So there's automatically a certain number of fields, so you can add to those. So let me put in Rotary International, and that should boost it slightly further, up to 540. And it's great news, because what you're looking for is to keep people engaged with your page, and by reaching out to the specific people who are most interested in the topics, the better chance you have. This is something that's been used in Facebook advertising, but it's great that it's now available as part of the free features. Video is becoming increasingly important in promoting your business, and the opportunity to upload videos to YouTube using screen capture software, even smartphones, means that it's more important than ever to know the basics of YouTube. When people are searching for a video, how to would be the most common phrase initially, and make sure that the keywords are there that you want people to find you for. Owns YouTube, so that tells you everything you need to know about the importance of having keywords in your descriptions if you want to be found. Now this is one of my social media training videos, and it's actually my most popular, on Facebook timeline and how you tag people in messages, with over 4,900 views. But here's what I mean about the importance of the description. First of all, always put your website at the beginning, and if you look at the level of detail in the description, not only have I got a summary of the description, in this case I've actually included a full transcript of what's talked about in the video, which means that lots of these words appear multiple times. If I look at the analytics, the YouTube analytics for this video, it tells the story, the sources of traffic, and the number one is YouTube search. 77% of all the views have come from YouTube searches, and you can look at what terms are used. Timeline and tagging, Facebook timeline and tagging, how can I manage Facebook timeline. So all of these will be matched by the text and the description of the video. So never miss the opportunity to add as complete and as descriptive and relevant a description as possible to your videos. If your business has a physical location, then a Google search might reveal something like this, a map next to the search results. Now it may be that you have a Google account that's created a Google Plus presence, so there's a Google Plus page. But in the case of this company and many others, when you clicked on that link, there was no banner for the company, no company logo, purely the default Google Plus stuff. Nothing had been done. Let me show you that in practice. So this is for another example, a farm shop, and it's had over 46,000 views to this page. Yet there's just the rainbow and the blue parcel, which means that no logos have been added. It's simply a case of logging into Google, identifying through the Google My Business page who owns the page. An email will be sent out if it's to your Google address, Google Mail address that you haven't recognized before. You'll be notified, and you should then be able to simply log in and edit the profile details very simply, making sure you have a consistent brand and logo image. So whether or not you're likely to use Google Plus in terms of updates alongside other social media networks, if you have that physical location, do make sure that at least when any user clicks through to your Google Map entry, they see the full details of your company as you'd wish to represent it. Now Instagram is picture based, image based. It works similarly to Twitter. People follow accounts, and it's only available on mobile. There's lots of other factors. It's a younger age demographic that use it. But what's really telling is that the level of engagement per post is much higher than on other platforms such as Twitter. So 4% or more on Instagram compared with 0 to 1% on Twitter. And the user base is rapidly growing, so it's certainly one to keep an eye on. The other major image-based platform is of course Pinterest. Like a virtual bookshelf of your own particular collections of websites, videos, whatever it is. People pin them onto their boards, and for active users it can really be effective at showcasing their businesses, particularly in a business to consumer where you have very visual products. One tip here is to add the pin it button when you post your articles. Give everyone an opportunity as well as to share it, etc. When they have that easy to pin button, it goes straight to their own pin boards and their own displays, and that of course means that your message reaches a much wider audience.